Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Today's going to be a special day. Today's a day I've decided that I am going to introduce you to my trailer. It's a new trailer project for me. It is and it isn't. I actually purchased this trailer 6 months ago, and I've been working on it ever since. I just haven't put it on the channel as of yet because I was working on a bus and a couple of other things. So I wanted to make sure I gave you guys a formal intro before I started uploading the footage on some of the things we're doing as far as the repairs and upgrades and demo, etc. This trailer is the command center slash travel trailer slash camper slash all of the above for my family. It may go back into first response work in the near future. I haven't decided yet. My background is insurance, and I may hit the road to do some cat work on the first response for the storms. I have done that in the past. I haven't done that in a while, but I am definitely considering it pending where the future takes me. So in the meantime, this trailer is definitely nowhere near where it needs to be. But I did want to give you a formal introduction to the trailer and show you around before I started uploading the videos. I've been working on it, and I've been taking lots of videos on the different things I've been doing. I just have not wanted to upload them because I wanted there to be some kind of an order so it makes sense to you guys. So here it is. Short version recap on this trailer. This is a 2001 Exis aluminum trailer. It's a 48-foot fifth wheel. It was actually a gooseneck that was custom converted to a fifth wheel by Exis themselves, as per the original customer. Major build sheet on it, lots of detail. I will go through some of that in the future, but in the meantime, I wanted to show you the trailer and let you see what it's all about. So here's what we got. She's a big girl. All aluminum, thick aluminum. Don't mind my lights. In here, we have one cabinet, nice thick heavy door, breaker box, wired 50 amp. The other side is where the generator is. Okay, down here, battery boxes, so forth, hydraulics. This is actually, it's white, and this is actually an adhesive because it was wrapped. Paint is great on it, very underestimated. Looks like crap, but not really. If you look closely, you'll see that it's adhesive. This obviously at one point also served as a disaster command center. As you can see, disaster response service company here on the side of it. Show you. Now I know this trailer's got stories. If we only knew half of them. That's your typical windows that are flipped out. You got spotlights. Got your spotlight there. Spotlight there. This box here was actually added after the fact. It's going to be coming out immediately. Now if I back up, I'm going to show you something. You got 3 AC units on the top. 1, 2, 3. And over there's a big satellite that comes up. Yeah, all of that needs to come off. Heavy gauge aluminum here. More spotlights. You got 4. There, there, there. It's got the brackets. It had a very large original awning at one point in its life. All aluminum, like I told you before. Then it's got this series custom setup on the suspension. Before we get there, this is basically the side entrance door to this. It's actually got a hanging sliding glass door. Exterior doors missing. I'm gonna have to build one. But here you can see it's there. It's got your door jamb. Door's 44.5 inches wide, about 72, 73 inches tall. Big door, very big door. Down here, you have this custom linked suspension. Airbags. Whole thing's set up on bags. Triple axle, 10,000 pound axles. Look at that. Let me show you in there maybe. Nice setup. Real nice setup. You look at the flooring, it's all aluminum. Everything. Out here you have your outlets. Got some exterior outlets underneath hidden. It's underneath there, somewhere. Back here, big ramp door that comes down. And you also have a regular door you can go into. This is the back. Very tall. And it has that very large slide out. Set up for 50 amp. Currently I'm running 30. This is where some of the things were installed before, possibly a refrigerator, water heater. We're redoing all that. Down here, as you can see, that black water, gray water tank set up. Just terrific. Living quarters. Manufacturer's living quarters. I like that part. That's a big argument to have with these campsites. These campsites, they're not into these conversions. They like to give everybody trouble, and this is the compromise for me. This is definitely a heavy-duty trailer, and I can argue all day long about how this thing is definitely not homemade. Real high-end trailer, so glad, very happy about that. This is my power here. It's plugged in, 50 converted to 30 to hold us over. And over here, here's a slide out. Working on the hydraulic systems, giving me a little bit of trouble. I had to disconnect it. It racked on me. But it's all sealed with some real thick aluminum. Big boy. Or girl. I'll show you this other side here. It's a setup for a water tank. The exhaust for the diesel generator. go. Pretty good, right? That is one big hose there. There's a diesel fuel tank in here also. It is on the other side and covered. Have this vented side door. This is all real nice, real high quality. Look at the thickness of the door. Nice. Yeah. There you go. Sticking a little bit. This is some of the stuff we got going on here. All these cross members. And then here, another hydraulic setup. Here, another hydraulic setup. Stuff leveling over here. My feet are missing. They're broken. I got them, but they're kind of broken. I got to work on that. Again, this was all converted to fifth wheel. I was actually going to convert it back to gooseneck, but I've been told that, there you go. I've been told that the fifth wheel is more stable and safer ride, so we're going to leave it like that for the time being. You know, got water lines, tanks, all sorts of interesting stuff in there, so we'll keep going. And here we are at the tow yard where I purchased the trailer from. It's all lined up with some extra parts underneath it. You can see the damage on the front of it. It's kind of laying all the way down. Landing gear's not working properly. Hydraulics aren't working properly. But hey, the generator's in there, so that's a good thing. And of course, in the middle of all this, there was a split unit shoved in there. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what the inside of this trailer looks like now. See the French doors behind there? In that closet, actually that used to be a bathroom. That's looking in from the front door, or side door I should say, of what that looks like. The slide is actually in on this picture here, and this is the picture of the back office. If you notice the roof, it's made out of Formica. That's all been Formica. Walls, ceiling. Then, of course, there's wood and flooring all over the place, and you have your moldings. And that's another enclosed area. That used to be a bathroom that they turned into a closet. This is the remote start system for the diesel generator. Let you know how many hours it's been running, obviously, and how much fuel you got left to keep going. This is a first initial hallway shot when you come in the door and you're looking forward into the main quarters of the trailer. This, of course, is the main quarters of the trailer. You can see the fluorescent lighting, the overhead air conditioners, and you can see the Formica on the walls and on the ceiling, and also the desk workstation set up for everybody there to be working. Countertop is kind of coming down. There's a lot of trash, and you see the wiring and the phone systems in there also. Did have laminate flooring, did have some rot on the floors, and you can see the wood coming up and peeling. There was some mold, and of course there were critters. Lots of garbage. Once again, did have a step, did have some nasty stained carpet in there, and it did smell ripe. I was very happy about the fact that I didn't find any rodents in there or anything like that, so that's a good thing. Yeah, some dead roaches, things that matter, and bugs. Had the blinds, total 90s style, 80s kind of late 80s style flavor to it, earth tones, and all that heavy Formica. Worst thing about it was there was a ton of woodwork in here. Oh, by the way, that is the phone system that was added after the fact. But there was a ton of woodworking done inside this. But they put the Formica on top of it all, and you couldn't remove the paneling without first removing the Formica because it hit all the screws. And again, there's your stained, smelly carpet. There's a portion of that split unit AC that's just laying on the ground in there. And there's some more wiring with the VCRs, satellite controls, and a radio, so to speak. Shelving and drawers were also added. Had some nice custom locking handles. But again, if you look at the top, you could see where they did have some roof leaks, and there was some water damage within the panels that created mold. And of course, sag and damage eventually. There are some aftermarket things that have been added. Upper right-hand corner did have a plastic gray box with wiring, and that was for additional lighting, and it was also for additional phone lines. Again, there's another side window. Nice thing about those is they have their emergency release latches, so they can actually swing open, so on a nice cool day you do have a cross breeze coming through there. Again, more pictures of the countertops. High quality, heavy carpentry that was done on that. Remember, they added an additional 10,000 pounds of all of this furniture and equipment. Of course, plenty of trash. The rub rail that's also in there, you see they brought the carpet all the way up to midside, which was pretty nice, and of course made ruggedly so you wouldn't have a bunch of employees destroying everything. But again, it was very heavy, and at this point I had no use for any of it. Had the lower drawers for the desks, counters, metal cabinets in there, and it also had locking keys and setups. Had cubby holes above, and actually in that back corner was the diaper changing station, and after the fact became some other alternate workstation. More garbage, more wiring, keyboards, some leftovers and reminiscences of back in the day, the early and late 90s computers. That was all removed. The extra wiring was removed, and we needed to get to work on this quickly. Again, blinds, strings, you know they never work right, they never function properly, they all need to come out. Lots of demo, layers upon layers and upon layers of construction. Very heavily built, very strong, very sturdy. It really was not going to fall apart until you decided that you needed to take it all out. And again, my work was definitely cut out for me when I initially purchased this trailer, and I knew it, and I knew it. And that was another thing that was definitely a contributing factor to the negotiating I did to get the great price. Now, as you can see, we got lots of work ahead of us, and we all know what the next step's going to be on this demo. Stay tuned for the next video. Demo is coming. Thanks for watching.